He is the worst superstar I have ever seen in sports.
Clippers superstar Kawhi Leonard signed a $28 million endorsement deal with an environmental startup funded by Clippers owner Steve Ballmer.
Did you really think they don't do this? Like, come on. The Clippers just can't seem to catch a break or just stay out of their own way. It's always something. If it isn't the Clippers, it's Kawhi Leonard. And here we go again with Kawhi's sketchy camp. Everything is just so sketchy about this whole situation, and I don't know, like, why is this really a thing? Because who didn't think this was happening in the NBA anyway? Unless you're kind of oblivious to the shady stuff that really goes on in the NBA.
Hey, this is not the first time. This won't be the last time. This happens all the time.
It's the nature of the game.
And it's finally being put out there. There are so many people to blame with this whole situation. And Kawhi Leonard is getting so much flack for it, rightfully so, because he signed a paper. But it's some other people that's probably behind of this that can also get the blame too.
Look who's running the organization outside of Steve Ballmer. Here we go, Lawrence Frank once again. Lawrence Frank once again.
Who is it really? I don't know. It's still a developing story, but I just want to peel back the onion just a little bit because this similar situation happened in the past.
Players don't get in trouble for it.
Podcaster Pablo Torre reported that Kawhi Leonard signed a $28 million endorsement deal, this now bankrupt company named Aspiration. No work was done and was labeled a no-show job. With additional stock, it came up to $48 million. And you know, Kawhi and his camp is all about the money. Kawhi never endorsed his company. Not even a measly, simple ad. Just nothing. This whole thing is just really fishy. The NBA recently launched an investigation of the Clippers for circumventing the salary cap rules, and if found guilty, it can be a huge penalty for the Clippers. Adam Silver is not David Stern, so I'm really interested to see what will happen if they do find out that this actually happened. Because Adam Silver is kind of a player's, I don't want to say soft, but he's really for the players. He haven't really punished some guys like how he really should. So I'm really interested to see what will happen with this one. I remember this similar situation that happened with the Timberwolves back in 1999 when Joe Smith signed 3 consecutive one-year contracts all under $3 million. The Timberwolves were planning to retain his bird rights and we signed him for $86 million, but it was a secret deal. And that time, the commissioner was David Stern. And you know, God rest his soul, David Stern never used to play. The league found out and they had stiff fines such as a $3.5 million fine. A void of Smith's contracts, the owners and GM were suspended for a year and they lost 5 draft picks. And if the Clippers did this, I expect the penalties to be severe. Steve Ballmer was recently on ESPN and of course, he's going to try to save face and plead his innocence in this whole thing.
It's the rule, and we've absolutely abided by that.
So how do you define that rule against salary cap circumvention?
We cannot pay a player anything beyond what's in his standard player contract, and we cannot cause anybody else to pay the player what's beyond their standard contract. And that would include, for example, sponsors, endorsers. That is verboten. We can't do that, and we didn't, certainly in this instance. Cannot have any involvement in their negotiation with the companies who sponsor them. We didn't in this case, and we never have.
Whole thing. I don't know. Steve Ballmer seems like a genuine guy. But I have my reservations because of this one thing. He insists that he only introduced Kawhi and didn't have any involvement in any deals and claimed that he was scammed. But this has not been Steve Ballmer's first time in this situation. In the past, he was also fined $250,000 by the league for a third-party endorsement deal with Lexus for DeAndre Jordan. See, it's not new. Ballmer thought that he was doing the right thing by giving DeAndre Jordan this kind of deal so he can sweeten a deal, but it was against the rules. Also, I wouldn't put Kawhi past the shady dealings of his camp either. I wouldn't be surprised if the league put some kind of clamps on Kawhi's uncle, Dennis Robertson. He is Kawhi's representative in the agreement between Kawhi and Aspire. everything has to go through him. And it reported that Dennis is the one that demanded the payment, allegedly. It's reported that all funds was through Dennis Robertson, directly linking him to the deal.
Executives were suspicious of how Steve Ballmer's Clippers landed the most valuable free agent on the market, Kawhi Leonard. That the NBA did not find that Ballmer got Kawhi by sweetening their offer.
This is not Dennis's first rodeo when it comes to doing shady deals. Back in 2019, Dennis was investigated by the NBA for requesting extra benefits such as private planes, guaranteed off-court endorsement money, and a share of team ownership. And this was with the Toronto Raptors. So he's asking for all kind of things. So this doesn't surprise me at all. All these outrageous requests raise speculations on how Steve Ballmer and the Clippers pulled off the Kawhi deal, getting him to LA, which led them to trading Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for Paul George. And now you see what happened with that. So, if this is true, man, Kawhi's camp is cooked. Kawhi's reputation is cooked because for somebody that doesn't talk, he really gets a bad rap for a lot of things. So, it's just like, I don't know how he's going to come back from this because he barely even plays. And I really love Kawhi Leonard in his game, but his camp is just too shady. And birds of a feather, for me, flock together. So I really hope this is not true. This would definitely destroy Kawhi's image and on integrity and would make everyone continue to question his time in San Antonio and Toronto. I'm interested to see how this one plays out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're still here, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment to help get my videos out there. Appreciate you.